na ye adwuma. It's about time wa. So I who ni sane manema we ni nyina so dipa yi free ye mu. Ye nya kwala bio ye nyini na the way anya no say on ye suko no ma ne wa ye nya suko no ma. Unya try to you can reason as a human being and you have every right to say when things go wrong. Yes, even tana say oh you are hene na so to na this and hunu this and fwa. Yes, even fan kana cassette away and no cassette na be one day we are so be abewu because we are so be abewu et yen kasa and now man near masisa than later I in chiniman baba mom so baba be diatem e kan ko do baba be diatem mo ache we because ya no mum ye hwe han abraya ka ho asem what you say ya no mum ye hwe han abraya ka ho asem this is the time we need to wake up and say it as this than say we being hypocrite akwaya akwala do so bu ade akwala do so bu ade na se pani jimi a tu jimi ka jezo wa jimi bible kra say nya nipa bia ni tinwa nyi afudwunu bia ne nyansa wa jimi akwala do mu jimi no mo na be pani jifo so mu jimi a se ka to so mu jimi enye se obi abegye so mu ade na ato na mu ade na ato na hwedin na ne me ko na ye hwe sofo enya de ya masa manasa omusi so musuban so mu ni to mi kra ho a they need to speak when they speak things will change and as smart catcher omo say so na odi people ne buy no a wo say so na so urugina no o manfo urugina ya ka manfo bedu achi amaka de no ka be stop it why you hire me ya wo o say bremu bi because you see comfort bone comfort bone o si kuro bone bo team bi
na me pacho Samuel before so be corner me na me say mama 2 minutes me Samuel akasa biu obi be bi say say otumfo onye chief o ye king o ye ohinimu a
yes
na onye hene ketwa so on asantema ye empire je ano odene enti se wo be kasa kura no a wonye sure say e wo so the common sense to asem na be kan because baby a wo wano kokojo na no odene
so for baby anu ho ono ana kan sa na say enim say ona say pan ye pra to kumase a ana say to asanta wote me na me kan yes kan mrande no hu bi sa panye kura to asante roja wote nti die beti na ekoso asane ma wese nyina koso emretintin ni o de amfa ne say NDC for time pressure na naba e we twa 4 years 5 years mu no okoi me boa ti sane ma ye koso nyina ye kan mo se nyina rant nobody condone that but yantin sweet me tina ho ma de so do any mercy kono what you say the way near mercy kono and me kwa chew o ke so ya pumping man for treated water per by her to say chlorine I'm chlorine push you say
nana bozu
so na ka tell pipe mu ba no
nana bozu gina here why
bacho yo
I have poison to the people because it's your tell what sense you now to the point so na pumping ba no so first day so you was here use maybe 2 liters now we have to use like 20 liters in order to treat ensure na eba no upon in akasa kro so ni timi ekre amama for numbi and at the end of the day no so na no ma da na ya sa de ma it so na so to na wa kasa wa ka bibia na sa kola to na da ran ka je na na o ye no bia o ye na nya o se wadidi ata ko budi
Zami hold on mame osofu brobe wo ha ene me mana to ne bo ne du anu akasa na na osu acha ho ka bibi kire same mame ene sa ne ye be ko no ene minister disagreement be ba pa but ye mi ne ya asofo etu ka bibi kire mame
so we are diabolic o se na boil it
ka bibi kire same mame ana me mana na mom ka bibi kire same mame
nana bozumra
nana bonsu same se nana sebi mintimi kan de okan ene mum pese o kire se ofo ade Twene Jonas e kan so se sebi wo ye panyin na utifie na minua ujimi a o de ma e de na be kan kire no
de me pese me kan ma minua same ti ase ne se ani bie no aba but enkire se woni abia na panyin andane yakora woni bia
na wo kasa no ama punchline sa memu asame be fa so
ya bi na bo tse de me ma sa me chine me bia se woni bia enkire se panyin ayakora ana woni bia ye fa soro kura nya example
Sir, now 2 minutes. 2 minutes in Cassatin and the panel and door 2 minutes.
Sofu ye me be I saw them and yadi papa. And Cheshire could disrespect to suffer no chance and be a sofa dear ye. Or so to me chebia abia sorry ye couldn't say babua. But so bad you know did this of what months and abia or suggestion or the abano. And yadi papa. Or 2 for canasem the whole world ye retia or toss 3. It would be or no cast much as up and you we are. Or Sesabi, would you whom you know your home answer. Twene Joseph was more kind. Or start also or 2 for no crown. That right there no is a big insult. So to fear now, Bakajo said, you daddy, even in America, in London, how will you feel? You daddy is just an English word, but you daddy, it means something else. So many are some now Canadian. Sabi, who can't, but can ye?
Nana do you make a no. Nana province is a what you do to we
are here to educate. We are here to educate.
Now that about that trouble. Samuel said,
Nana Bonsu say, "Okay, software. How many congregation and a software? You comparing apple with oranges? What did them tell us? You comparing apple with oranges because you comparing a king with a pastor. What do you say? What do you say? Science, yeah, that's a video, yeah. And that's all the young for or that. What do you say? Or that. But they look for free. You so cry and I said, you so free. Do you know how many people are science sooner than a war? What do you say? Do you know how many people are that? Not a damn. A war. And our community is thousands or millions of people. It is only has been going on for ages or years. You so called and that's all you're not just for 2 4 face, but for
that's what we want to go drive. Or 9 to 5
this man get to gas out.
Minister that would do donas. I will call you come every day more. Every day you
Sammy Bismarck Bismarck Kabila Sammy Nientia Ems and 90 me and can ye. And then now if you said yes, Sammy, what is Sammy kind of Bismarck?
Me take a crash.
Who response be man and Zan wako. More convincing the Nientia won't mean near them. Or Mempesa was so for Nebekasa. More convincing the Nientia won't mean you to what him.
Yeah, very attempted dear. I mean, me feel say, you know, baby, I don't know, it's okay. You know, I'll say, yeah, be a person because at the end of the day, and here's the thing, awareness. What I say, so all didn't do a term, all didn't pay for a term, no, it didn't get his attention. What I say, until baby, lose the piano, yeah, y'all say, yeah, as a youth, to say, I was said this year, and you want to we have to, I say, yeah, attended the film. Now, say, yeah, share your own mind because I say, yeah, attended the ever car. Here's the thing. Oba could mammy attempt, Oba could papa attempt. Until I render then one share, yeah, you to look like a crash because Obi could do mammy attempt, Mimpany, Obi bedin papa attempt, Mimpany. That's not missing to do mammy attempt, own penny. If you have a beard, as a country, or say in your apostle, they are shifting from the insult to say, fixing the problem. That's what I think.
Okay, all right. Sammy Watty, Sammy Cracker, okay. Mammy fat Sammy. Sammy, any of my last word in the why? And go for fresh one. Sammy, my last word, the media empire.
So for the American here say, don't come. Because this is the time. I'm here, and that's free because Kusi. So Oko Kusi now could do an accord not the OP. I don't bet it now the job. So and we said, said our piano, I catch almost said, I never cost almost a son. That's almost a son, that's also the because now, no, you just not just two one second. Ghana company for every man do was any we said what I get bankers and the person when you're buying you use it. So I oh yeah no be able to say I not the baby when the guy just could do baby I am baby I call it and I was listening to Samamani. Yes, it is a community. Now this is the time when they need to do something about it because they've been sitting there, they've been sleeping too long. But yes, your man is say it also know.
Okay.
That's what they expect them to do. The same idea. Yeah, Palano, the same year because the Ghana, 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 say I don't know. Because these kids are our only hope right now. Because politicians, you need to be able to.
Sammy, better answer. MC line after the said I hear that clear, but it's okay. You have to point and I say why.
Okay, that's
okay. Thank you. I wish for next Sammy no so. At the moment, you know, that's right. Sammy be having the moment occur. All right, my being also broken up to say.
Nyame adom bako ozo.
Ya de nyame ase. Na G e ti say.
Onyame adom me ho ye pa na enro bi ka che say sa sofu bro bi akwaje bribe ti no se no kakra akonya no me se wo mo ma me sanka
okoje fi hefa
Me ko de wa
camp no de bi no be akoje fi na obi na ka che me ti me se no akra onya ye bia no ma me sanka me de
okay, me or baby so baby be joining your discussion and I'll be very happy pa. Who your ba na o hwe me na person join here. Asosika check you messenger ma send you message. Asosika. Aye. Na apostle Jacob on pacha pom ti say. Apostle so mute here.
Me ho ye pa nyame nhyira obi a me chi obi a me ye pa. Brother ni pa break akrabate.
Oh. And then me nje check. Say them je mo check because madawo ni pa ne dos ntie be ba. Na na bonsu. Em say mema wakasa na wako na pe no obi fofla sa ba bi. Na wa no kra ye busy crowd do. Nti
na ne ye busy na.
Den na peta oka.
Ade ba kwa be pese me draw attention obi e ho se. Ye kro ni development no. Otumfo obetima pushi. But on me for government no. Yan fe bibi se AGC. Manch ne gukura government ni bibi abrofo ne so mo ma bi. Otumfo na na tutu ne nam ko South Africa. Ana oni abrofo ne ko kasa aye. Ka che omo se ne manfo no. Omu hia adwuma. Nti omo mra. Asana gofu yo masa ba. They say omo fa nipa more than 10,000. Almost at a year, I will push you for more. Shall move a bin come. Uba Santa Regina. She say, yes, you see different malls. Asantiman is a new Ghana. But Nipa dear, oh, yeah, baby will have a toast in Takra. Baby will have a chakra. And on just say, Sabi, or Heno, on your Najuma. Another Sabi, when you name my name, maybe. Now, who am I? Where Hena now? My president say, or stop Galam say, no, stop Galam say, no. A month for actually, yeah. Now, catch your president is a miserable to an amobi. You say, or him 50 precopa Macasa obey your moon. Or Frown Casa or Chano, Casano, and Sana Antoya, or Babajuma bed or so. A billion, Ubakacha said, Napocasa or now, so you. Nasa Napocasa here, or Katom said. Tena kwa na chena sena moye ne be yi na we amotia sena mo so moye no enti e ba sra manfo sabi asam na de utimi ka de opose oka ba memo no ntia pe se obi anu tia wa anya ode no e mo no ntia panyini bible kura se sena wo be ya wo na ba ware wa asase so no memo anu ntia panyini bia wa yini che wo enti na
before so be kono yesi obi eba ewu ena mu nsuo we hu yawo obi or a disability ena mu nsuo we hu ebi mu nya yare ahodo eti nipa a ewu no na me ye otumfo asem na meke na ye panyini bi na wo tena ho na saa ne ma no kofo a ne ye di watemu a atemidi die ne how ana nipa o ma hwe o mo nkwane na hu hia Ede na wasanka hunhia wasanse mienu yi.
Oh, minia me dey adwe ko achi kakra. Before say be elections no. Ye nyina ahwade bia. Ye hu say na fe water bodies no na mu clear. Them say right after elections no. And I must have force futugu and omuntu a asaje nsemu say no. Because ye betoba no, ye nyina hu say camera say kwa around na nsuo na nite. That was a perception obi awo. Yes, no kra otumfo ka hye pane kra tofo makumase abonte hoche. Na okasa no onpa che se de ekeka ya ne nyina kan. Obeti bi.
Oh, da bi na wonim nya so obeti, wonim ni nyina.
Asa me kirem. Na yiri tie news. Ono mu tie news. Amanfo so ka kire no. Na ne kra ne se asem ne keka kono obeti, ba panyina odue se mate mente. Ohene papa ne se ohene a wati bibia obeye ho adwuma. Enye de obagina badwuma be dede.
Na me ametie you know me pa chew untimi convince me say me your mom ya wo kan de unya convince me say enipa ewu enipa ahwere omo nkwa yensuo ne sei ohene no wonya nhwe han nkosi da ben convince me
me tip of B. There was a big meeting, a very big meeting that went on then a program na najo very big meeting, heated meeting. Who pastor ba menu mienu
na na wo se twi kasa na no wo se wo pastor ba menu mienu wadi matem
me pastor me chef menu mienu wo
ya sante kasa wo se wo pastor ban wadi matem
wo pastor ban me se wo pastor ban ma no ensi na so me wo pastor menu mienu ya yonkufa sonko betimi di bibia ma wo a enkwa abonten me ameno kase betimi di bibia ma wo hu se Bibi cost very serious. Akwa-addo baby a sabi ebi mu kwa na esi fo mama ochehene efiri baby ofiri akọ baby fufuro. Na sa anamọ no mu aden. Na nyese de obi ye no, na sa anamọ no mu tunu dada. Na nanani abra otu sa anamọ no dada. Oti ase. Eti sanse ba yekekan no. Sabi ewie akọwie hwan so because ono enimonya wa wagi no wiase abansan no segana ne ba ono hefa na otena hwan na odi no so eti sane mani nyina o much concern about it otu ho na mo na sabi bia ne se obeka wo ya hwede bi mu ye ene koka de ehu chese na kede bi mu so ba den ya fa elections di example ofra ma ama na akufo-addo obi ante da obeka ase na obi tie eti ye oni we bebre o ya ni pante.
Yo, Nana, is the Nipan bedosu ntino. Mesa me de obeto akire wo so sa ba mu anu asa ba mbi. Why? Okay, Nana convince mo no mo nchro yes my. Na fe no. Me ma so for so.
Me introduction bro. Pasaba.
Yes.
My baby na nipa na ba ne nche no.
Okay, Kasane.
I am very, very big fan, and I just want to introduce him to your boy.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, Pastor.
Yes, sir.
Blessings.
Yami adum bibia I'm your friend of Freeborn. Utie program no pa.
What your friend is saying?
Mr. Freeborn.
Oh, Freeborn.
Yes.
There's someone that was born free.
Exactly.
Oh, fantastic. Abusafo, muntia Mr. Freeborn in my wife. Ne man akwaba to LMLS. So she actually pan uchia ye yichia pa. Na me ma nkokwa, obeka bibia chiro bi ansa na Mr. Freeborn.
How can I say that? Well, yeah, Yamisha will be contributions are more very, very interesting. Me send them around for so keep in touch. Ideas will be added by who know my course who fear no man koye ne de keka ho. Near to adwene here castle can my boom na da chiminya. Emra yansu etie mu bi. Most topics no range ba fan yo ma be prepare. Ni nyina nso boa. Keep it up. Mo yanjere ho na and conscientize a lot of people because that's what it is, conscientization. Ubia me my just say it's assembly by Becca. You can't 2 years so itimi. It's Yasubi oni akochia na atwe. Binom ka omun kan ye na akofa assembly bribe abanu bia so no be a Canada. ya ni achia no ni yi aba na ewo mu no na ya do ne kakra ni ya re cycle no ni the message no ewo mu na ankasa amamanfo enti me nkoso na obi anzo nkoso nye de oye
yeah, that's Mr. Freeborn.
Mesume that's the ebesa kasebio
Marty, thank you.
Right, yo
Bye. You. All right. You.
Freeborn, the unpekasa. I mean, I'll say it. I mean, this is a big guy. You know, he went for the Federal Reserve. No joke.
Oh, wow.
Big guy.
Federal Reserve. I also anything come on.
No, I'm not joking. You know, but we have people who can go back home and make it happen. What I said, if they are making it here, and if I say big guy, Federal Reserve big, and I say big. America economy, they run it. Oh, I gotta say,
kind of big.
Okay.
Relative.
Was it big near relative?
The important thing is, we grew up in Ghana. We did all the grassroots new money beat for some of the political leadership there. So we know the roots very well. And you go through it, we still keep in touch. We know where there are problems. Problems nearby and being a part of society is more important than whatever else you can become. Every time I talk to people, I try to relate it back to your humble beginnings back in Ghana and what we see happening there. There are a lot of us who retire back to work. But some of us, we have confidence that we'll retire back to the system. So if that is the case, then we have an enshrined interest in making sure that the system works. And hopefully the system will begin to work very soon.
All right. Thank you very much. That's so important. The system will it's our prayer as a system never working. Also, bro, baby.
As a people like this, we want to talk to him on a certain level about economic management or Ghana. And in the way everybody because sometimes the entire atmosphere is fragmented with financial management, commentaries, or a journalist in TSO to make us then over the reality of how the economic management is totally variance with the opinions out there. And when you have people like this now, I think that next time we have to talk to you, and then you will take us through the processes, how economies are managed, and the issues with IMF, World Bank, World Trade Organization, and all that. We'll give you that perspective. I think that will help.
It will be a very interesting conversation, born out of different philosophical understanding, whatever people can, bring to the table. But I always say, at the end of the day, what is in it for the people? What is in it for the people for whom we govern, right? A lot of it will be very interesting, and I'm always available if we need to talk, regarding stuff like that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Freeman. It will be a pleasure. It will be a pleasure having you on board. And you really Becca's are back doors because such education, senior soft Rubicon, will be very important. And anyone that wants to make money or understand how money works, Jiri said they will really benefit from your expertise. And it's an honor. Best one can better part for this. Now, Nyami Adumoa, you really Becca's a tree near have such a wonderful platform for this.
Okay, Pastor.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Yeah. Na mama me mo baba ko pe akwaba. Ya santo obede ina yentem. O baba ko pe me kasa se emma no hwan de beba. Oba bi anya courage ama. Asosika the way what body there ye mfita na.
Ai.
Hey, ene e ugina he. Ansa na baba me ma no se no.
Okay, baby am gina pa. Jonas ne de am gina na chi.
Engasabiu. Nana uzu ajao. Pepa chao. Apostle Jacob on Nkasa nana obaso. Eden na pesa oka. Twene Jonas. Asoso otanechi. Captain Smart tanechi. Pepa chao please. Eden na pesa oka.
Me da se pin so so wa ma me am kwenye me che obi bia o che die
I'm making feedback.
Samum
Meaning say you want is one of us. Okay, it's gone now. Perfect. Yes.
So me too.
but if me ha
Okay. Nana Yemko.
okay Twene Jonas obomoden say obey bibi na Ghana so ayeyi omo ene Twene Jonas ya adwene menene ya adwene ewo efa bi dwumedie na odi no menene ya adwene ofa bi.
Is he really disturbing the nation or disturbing nation in peace?
Undisturbed nation no.
Okay.
Undisturbed the nation. Onyendru ho kra.
Okay.
Onyendru ho.
Hey, nana ne kasa idea obi e ka bi o.
Sofo onyendru ho, and I will tell you the reason why onyendru ho.
Yanko.
If you truly want to disturb the nation, your kwanya ye faso e disturb the nation. Ba ko on say ene okasa. Ba yen hwe baby a Twene Jonas efri a oba. Osha se na okra cliche bi, na okra jargon bi. 24/7 the system is working. Glass and kwa. And people saw him say, well, you're a funny guy. So people began to, follow no. Say, the oil no. Efe. E umisa na or compare American life to Africa, and I say Ghana. But omo America so bit my culture say 98% of insemana Twene Jonas na all can say glass and kwana aduane bi ye free ana de no. Most of insemano na a fallacy. Na ensam nya no kre. Aha say offer basa which your monthly ticket. Yen check you wa a free mount. But some ba inside that be control wa you have to bring out your ticket. A ticket any free, and no government will run transport say a free because fuel no mo de ma omo. You understand? But baby what be do say now or try say obemi ehu yaudia ewo Ghana no. Some of us any obi bia no ye na ya can be. Up to now we are all saying it. Say they should fix the country. Me say because of fix the country me point baby me say abanidin the nishe. So some of us we have attacked the government to fix our hospitals, the galamsey system, the economy, our employment system. My try say member government who say there are areas where you have to concentrate. Na munjai political talks Eti Twene Jonas or ya dear pa say on also chena adwene. Na ene me bu baby kire me amenua me ka kye ne say funtum funafu denkyem funafu omofu ye baako enso omu didi a na omo pre edi entra ayemi mu dentra. What you say? Eti wetwi no ni nane say Ghana be ye yie edi amayen said dear Twene Jonas no sempelifo no ejai galamsey ni ye ebeboa Ghana say oman no eye yie a me nua bi be ha me obia so bedwo no. You understand? But yen hwe baby a ade no koduru ye to the point say ekoye edidi atem. And me who say most of ye support no. And no me try bibi wo me yi say has insult helped in any way in the development of a nation?
Ba for the catch say ani.
Bepem ne minya answer.
Nana asem na obisa no ba for the catch say ani.
What the so for me ba bepem ne minya the answer. Do you know the reason? Say attended na ye de achichire oman dia eneka Ghana or sanka ebro America. But do you know the funny thing? And you may be a Ghana for adwene koso say Ghana system it works within the first day to the 14th day. And some are making obi pa or marking to assembly beba Ghana be a page ni mu a within 2 weeks 14 days maximum no na assembly to twa yen kan won cross mbio. You understand the point? Me men ko baby Twene Jonas ya to me say enye attenye na odi aba system no mu a video ba ko bisaka obo ya nka bo say obo otumfo din edi natem o say onfo bia ho
nebo
but ye na so ye nim say ye say aboa bi nuwa ana anoma bi nuwa owu a ne takraka wiem ebeba fom kuntu hwane a na chi na beko anya hwe ye wo amanoni na no ye na ye wo abusua e wo fie church komana say eti eboa say efie be yie na emfa burden embre ye ya ye wo ha ba se okodi atemu a se na menua bi kan ye no okodi obi papa atem owo abusua owo nuanom owo family owo friends ye bisa say udi ne pana tema na ne pana ka say wodi atempa o esome mfa what is going to be the next line of action and then the funny thing I make catch say on shaky Ghana no say so for program ye me share me time wo ha ya run an hour and 25 minutes ofri say obi oti Ghana ebenya data say o tie yen 3 hours and as 4 hours there be it ye what platform isu na ne ye wo amonone but the hypocrisy ni say ye be yodum Ghana for ye tiny chi ade ne nipa kona o tiny chi no on twe camera na on kan de Twene Jonas say kan bi no onye bi so for me to say amonone na nipa mienu pe ana edi atem ba ko Germany ha ba ko US but Ghana so kan ye 30 million ye wo outside Ghana kwa na ye ebia be 2 we me fa say be 10 million krana and 5 million krana why is Twene Jonas ene King David omumienu nko a etimu amu tiny chi no me masam ne say so free say eye dia say odi atem dia why don't you also put camera on you begin to insult ne ye hu say ene no asem ni na kwaye insult na eba ana eba sheba because insult to ebi abafo might be a weapon if you nipa be 10 million na Facebook one man day anopa obi a di atema you better say yes ene kofo ni abro but this is the case one person per maximum nipa 2 but people are behind their cameras sharing and saying so yetanichi and this is the hypocrisy Twene Jonas we yemi akuma me pebo en asem or with the zeal but yemu bi de yehu Rollins all beba no yehu bi junior Jesus JJ do something before you die ye to abawie ye 2000 o free so bantima ye koto ofunu daka
nti yesa na me ba o me te wase a na asem ne de de all kan de wo so ne ne ya adwen na emom no adidi atene na wo mpe
hono na make say atenye na me because asem ne de sofo enso ne say yo any pay you understand bibi ankoso Ghana ana anhyase na nado pay so etime mi blemu na nado ade no ehyase achebet o say the etiama ade we no apro ne ban na say people are beginning to get fed up with the politicians. You understand? Because omuna yeto abade mo yembisa sa Twene Jonas kodi asante hinatem but asante ne ye ento abama no obi ankosale ankoto abama
na me pacho omo ka say se what na ho na nsu na say a na wo sa akogye hu skedi a na ya na wo nyansane ye de ubu ma ye yi na obi enfa ubu ma ye yi de se jimi na wagimi enti ye kasa no a omo say na me ba omo so mu ni watemu but they are really describing the things that you've done and that is where they placed you na no so way
sofo hwe on say minim so minia bafo enim bibi me pacho asem kokota say ye bisa say evidence when
but a lawyer ni wa how bisa lawyer ni no am
anytime bisa lawyer do we have evidence there
bafo nya lawyer danso net wo
bada me ba
lawyer danso on say Nigeria
lawyer danso okay but the mention say on say obi had an attention ekona na wo tufo eho because Twene Jonas di politicians atem no Ghana as a na ekọ obi ahu but o try ye na oba ohene wo no ana mafo hu say abofra hoyi they say what did the atra a soldier anything no I was so where you point ni na ne say nana koka say enhyemu bia no mo hia 30% of any per no any momo mo ye galamsey but the point in say yen kan krepa otumfo say me the other time I can say I was disappointed in otumfo simply because say utimika say unim nipa 30% a wine nim nipa omo etu galamsey dia aiding and abetting me use that word by mbisa say excavators are yeshini when the government or the king a government it is a ohini bi kwa kwaji to bit car and then nanado say excavators no one won't ask them pakoko or no because on the kura to me Ghana to me krano it is a young funny say in quote sanana asantini kwa eye bia was it yen shit nana excavator
nana pacho 1 minute nana chaka 1 minute
it is awful media ne tintin and say asem na all can know I love it ye na no ye kebi we are all advocating for it but the insult because insult no obey and politicians obey dini ahwe so bebre what again it media me say 4 years beche basanke betima ye deeper 4 years then and then we will tell politicians and we will show them where our kokumuti can lead you to. But for the insult, ubedi atemuna no abroche for na show glass nko nipa 1 million abroche for na show Ghana for bi nipa be 5 akobi ko Ghana na no Facebook so a wo kasa yedidi okọ Ghana a wo ko bi sakuo bi almost ye nim ko lukura o say eh sir ana hu say Ghana for kwan hwe no ye backing ye support no 83 Rollins A2 plane eba Ashanti region Kumasi fo ina daye Asante fo kasapa esu yesuro moja ye hufuo eti ye be kiti ma ye ne gririm obi abakoda Mr. Twene Jonas because onim say all kind of cray but baby all day fano Mr. no you can never you can never be a hero or a heroine living in somebody's land. If you want to be a hero, you have to come to your land and be a hero. Yet me trabrocha and ka say ya ebia ya bibi na ya ninkophobia ko ako na ya yetimi awenium. You can never be a hero in somebody's land.
Nana yeah,
a hero and a matter you have to come to your land. Die there. You say Obani Krom Kwame Nkrumah beje independent my one trabrocha. Most of Nkrofo beje independent ever fighting for liberation. Nobody use social media. We support. No. You go there and then you face the people. Demonstration. Ernest Eka said, drop the chamber. He went to parliament. One tell Facebook. And one tell Britain said, drop the chamber. No, he went there. Yet say no. Ghanaian stood, say, Munjaino. That is what we want. Or mine, the government, the politicians should fix it. Fix Ghana for us. But not insult. Not insult. Something else. Madam say.
Nana ebe dance. Nana dia ye minya ukwan na because you kasa wi na magya akwan nipa na egu akire the doors.
Mate sopo. Mate.
Anaso di bibi be wie preko. Wo bibi aso bibi.
Nana say Ghana na so na yesremu amayofo. Monye Ghana mayen. Fix Ghana for us. Ahemfo a Majiki and Krofosika, Magic China for Edemo Ebegum room, I must say, Ghana show any pay wuno. Nyame humo.
As all can be so we are. And no Majimio because they all can be. From God, you go for
who said, there is a trend be a very I believe say my social media define who we are. Ye jai our goodwill, our parental guidance. Ye de ma ye no. I be copy BB from social media. And then I'm for so edit that good. One can also camera so end that. Woba say dia na wo de kire akora no ten say atenidie no emre yate ebeba but enena obi di aba wo di obi ba eba be scapegoat onkasa wonye boys yakono de niti e da kwaje akyerema Twene Jonas sebi previous bibi tuna Ghana for beka wasema 14 days ye rebe Twene Jonas ye rebe honest way honest wa kwa drop the chamber or way you understand this is how Ghana is Twene Jonas oh yeah adwuma dia wo ye no ye mu bi ye ni je ho pa o kire enema wa bruchire America ye mbe bo Ghana ba mesrɛ menua atendidie ni de drop membo din otumfuo because akonya na siwo no eso sene wo ka se wo ka asante akonya ana sofo ma meke bibi ade a esre kwan se otumfuo de ekosu na no wonu se onte ye
o amzo ate
onte ye obi obeka se otumfuo atibia na eyentro otumfuo nte se abrante bi de Twene Jonas ndina tem
okay oni
so ati kran so a otumfuo enipa bi a ehia no nanso sofo me no obedi nkomobu akire a obi nim Twene Jonas a onka che ne se onya abotre
okay
efi se ambanfo be oyodum but ye ebeba na ebeye onko a tamre no na omo a ayi mi nuaba aso no mu na ada wo no bia wefu ade ne besi no no mu na ada na obi akọ ebu fi se abrante kwa ye tin nka che na bia na bebesi no Twene Jonas ye po wasem oh boy adwuma but nya abotre memma social media views any likes endi utimu dem emba wo anye bibi ntra na debi no wan kwa kase mihu yanka ebise penipoti ye boarding the shemra eyemusuo ye boarding the editutu mra so a eyemusuo asemsebe ndamase
na ebedase no adwenkyere na mishra pa na mishra all right thank you abujafo ai nete ye ne kaka akrasa ene de oba ya na akọ na aka we Bismarck obeka sa no wakọ ana Bismarck kwa mutime Bismarck obeka sa no wakọ
mpacho
okay ene ye kasa na me wi na ba introduce lawyer dance ti odi me pese o kasa wi a na mi han kakra aso de me mana ye stand by because oyo baba to free so be ha me e wo say yes screen animu ye fe oba na e beautify screen anim e di onna so kakra ma ye ai Bismarck Africa sa
the American said, for the past week, as a, Twene Jonas the same way, Galamsey and everything has been the mainstream. Obia can be, and the Obia Kevin is a very, very important thing. I'll say to me, I dare say. So what I'll say this time around is, we just gotta win here in Tokwa. Baby, I say, a man for AI too emotional about it, and the moment they best into we can fix it because at the end and ever say in this Twene Jonas, so we do for 10 minutes and I mean we can address it, we cannot translate for say, next time maybe but the bottom line is we take awareness. Yes, Ghana and a crew. I mean gently and successful, we can do it. So we to point Ako Asia, Ako, China, Ako Asia, one Jan, with Thailand, they are dealing with villages now. They are just say China now, Guangzhou, Beijing, Shanghai. No, Ako typical villages. They be a Mako Hunda. On say Ghana, we are far better. But just say management, no, and so as a country, we have to sit down right now as we are speaking. Youth, and all that. It's good. So what do we do now from here? And let's fix it. That's all. Because you have to understand. Say, you ban education. Ghana, 60% of the people and senior maybe I say. So I say, it's likely say, Obi private then I could be born likely to support Ghana because I didn't equate me Obi assembly. I say, not on Tiasia. He's just going with his political party or whoever he loves. But he educated among for the Galamsey, people say SPA or whatever, and all those people are now. What has their job? Educate people about Sinai, educate people about Mercury. Let them see the danger and the effect of Tanya. So proper PPE and all that. Oh, yenchre and crop for by your friend say according to pa na ye can't na we side that. Trust me, we can never fix Ghana and Ghana for Muguabuchi. They can go to Ghana and help fix it. Many about for your platform we see you can help. The lawyer and the Muslim for me as no more yet. That's how we can build the nation. If the Americans say the insult must stop and start disrespecting, the elders, honesty,
But Bismarck, before it's all the corner, with this a question everybody's asking, say, and Pedifono, you're so leading and fire the right path. Now, over the years, you show more actions. Now, the hanko for the cranies, I galam say, you buy a new sewer essay, and if we, you say, Omo body and Besebeka was an papa, and a bonio mudi over the years, Omudimiton, I say, Bakuma, mi pabe and watch it, bonio modino. It's a binum so case, ya bre any, Nana ya dance, near Brebre and once a man. People are fed up. And they are now calling a spade a spade. It's the spade that they are calling, say. So, na not nephew, na muya. No, kaji wesi so atons asena manwa. Sa won hini when him yansa ye ni bu maya, obemo man na koswana. So, omo mo ka say, sa won hini no nim yansa. Are they wrong to say that so mu or hini na say, or hini na emu no ho, no ye nkwase ade.
I say, I say, Obia from what I say, Obia mistake. The fact that Obia mistake now that doesn't mean that also no, also take the law into your hands.
Any part, yeah, you are brutal to win. You need pay just on my assassin. What to assassin or him be a boy? Yes, man. It's a mistake. Bonnie pan a woman team no moody in Crawford. And that's what
saying, I mean, about assassin, we be our assassin or Ghana, and I say, I mean, me too, be a victim. But the thing is, you have to understand. Oh, I'm saying, no, I said you're with Jimmy and also that's the way the system has been. What I say, oh my, maybe the zoning of lands, abide abemu, not line commission, the government is working with the king or the chiefs and whoever, the zoning of the lands, documented, not the idea. Oh, but the fact that I mean, we don't have any zoning or India, so people cast our and all that. That's not the problem. But it's America, animal. Who do you think us as animal? Who do you see what crap on a damn nail there? As I say, Yahudia. You have to understand. You know why? Because they understand. Or almost the name of Guaquemu. It's not or being cotton as I say, and money pattern. You have got us into your hand now. No. We'll be here as long as you want. But the thing is, the problem is there. Oh, okay. The problem needs to be fixed. And so that's all I can say. Until insult maybe I'm a patch up. I can see that the youth are on. I mean, when you deal be that's a point of view, but it's not good. We have to be very careful with the insults. We have to. Now let's tie that energy into how to fix the country and make it work. To me, that's it.
Madam Bismarck, you have been sharp for your time. Always. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Freeborn. Thank you. Okay, Martin Bismarck. You will later. Yo, bye. Abusia, to say there, I can't Nanaji, but before Nanaji, Bebemun, Mama so for the back on Casamaye. Me and you are so for Bruby or so. Okay, all right. Mate. Apostle Jacob on the Casamaye na Feno, Nanaji Macasaba Busia for me before so be Casano. Back for doing your introduction. I'm saying feedback will be achieved. Back for the your introduction. Still animated feedback. Okay.
Okay now.
But lawyer Mpacha form today. Lawyer Danso. The way I tell relax when the lawyer no room power. All right. Wonderful. Apostle and there's Dan Kwasaki. Also, now form today. Wow. Me who watch you?
Papa.
Fantastic. Me pacho mute me na afi ne yen course of funds. Why mess up meba was wenche.
All right.
Still I make me obi device be mommy feedback. Apostle Koboni, I want mute me still, but for you one answer na ji.
No, me had a coup bibia nya adioha.
Lawyer. Okay. Okay, all right. Apostle Jacoboni, Papa, your pacho was off for second sentiment to Mauna Kasaka Krama so far. What
Okay. Good evening to all. Michebia Namin Sramo or Ejumapamo. We have to have an insight into this problem. Nami feel say all those galam say that is an issue as but the insults
feedback in which
yeah.
But the insults and
still going on.
Lawyer
dance me pacho mute when I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, we have to be very careful as a nation because, sir, when you have breakdown of authority, you have chaos and anarchy. We have to understand, sir, there are forces, the forces that be, they are ready to move in and take over our lands. And if you create a situation of agitation, the forces that be will take advantage of that. They will arm some people and they'll take over your land. Your infrastructures will be broken and they will come and build it up. Meanwhile, Ghana had become more than $30 billion. And anything that will bring unnecessary agitation, we have to stop it and stop it now. When there's a problem, how does a nation solve its problems? We have arms of legislature, we have judiciary, we have a government. Until you have MPs, if you have a problem, go and present the problem to the MP. Well, we have to do things not by the law of the jungle, if the jungle has a law, but by the right means, because we are a democracy. We are a public. Into being to me in Manhattan with a cheap phone or whatever phone and just insult all the leaders. One, it breaks the image of the country, brings up rebellion, it tears down authority, and finally you have chaos. So Memeka said, Twene Jonas nominated all the youth that are agitating. It must stop, I must stop now. Now, one thing I may notice, they say, many of the agitators, you see, they don't even understand anything about the problem. And you also have to understand, sir, many of the agitators too are just jealous people who are jealous of those who have made it in society. Some of the agitators too are people who are worried about the problem. Until you have a mix of people. So we have to learn from history. Yaka said the only thing people learn from history is that we don't learn from history. Rwanda, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Libya. Libya had one of the best economies in the world. And what happened? Seyan and Kofu, they started rebellion and the West armed them. And finally, they've been taken over and they've become one of the worst economies in the world. So we have to be wise. When there's a problem, we have to define the problem well. Because you can't just get up and say, Obie Jimmy. Define the problem. What is the problem? Where is the problem coming from? determine the cause. What is the cause of the problem? Identify the problem, and then have your prioritize solutions and think of selective alternatives and implement them. But you can't just say, Obie Jimmy, whatever. We must be a wise nation, and this thing must stop and stop now. I'll say this and then I'll give it back to you. Carrying down of authority, it started with the abuse of the Bible, Jesus Christ, and God. Anybody at all, and also blame the media, could go on the media and insult the Bible, whatever. Then it went to the government. It went to our past president. Obi to me, Sorel Kase, Ohunse Mahama, also a toilet. I mean, what on earth is that? Who does that?
And you say spiritual talk.
Oh no, whether it's spiritual or physical, it's wrong. You see, what image are you presenting before the world? And if you want to make Ghana, the place of return or a tourist attraction, you cannot stand in a foreign land and insult your nation. People are going to, you see, it's going to have an adverse effect on people.
Papa, wait a minute, Ushe Donald Trump issue a course to America. Ushe George Floyd issue of course, people rose up and they really fought against the system. And the movie said that the satisfaction of course one riot TSC or London, I think it was 2012 or so. Mention and Kaiwichi, riot TSC, you know what happened because the youth were angry about something that went on. Many point in me with all this anger na urban over the years, Papa, we've seen your leaders. Be disturb the youth, and if they keep ignoring the youth now, what we are hearing, are we not going to see more?
Okay, the riots in London and America ended somewhere, and the riots in Libya also ended in another place. So ask yourself, why is it that the riots in America and London ended somewhere, and the riots in Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Libya also ended in the demise of the country? We cannot compare ourselves to the Western nations. They are extremely rich. To me, for £2 billion. Now they are 1 trillion. I mean, they are very rich. They are rich because of factors which I don't want to mention here. So soon, Ghana is here. And one thing that I've seen is we begin to compare ourselves to foreign nations. It's totally wrong. We cannot be like them. We can improve our system, but we can never be like them because these people have done things. They've had a system of slavery. They have raped the world. They have done so many things. Ghana, can we do so? Into the Manhattan now to try buildings there. You think that Ghana can be like Manhattan? You see, so we have to be wise because Kwani and Namsono is a dangerous road, and you have to understand, people will also take advantage of this situation. Some army officer, some disgruntled groups. Now we are having the dichotomy of our nation because we who say Zongo 4 were Kumasi Sono. Sorry. They said they will not allow anyone to insult their king. And so if the Zongos rise up, because any youth thinking in Anna 1 year for this thing, you have a division, you have strife, you have civil war, and you have Boko Haram. You have Boko Haram. We have to be very careful. Let us act maturely. If there's a problem in our nation, let us act maturely and solve the problem. Instead of all this taking of phones and insulting and whatever. Thank
you, Papa. Thank you, Papa. Mamin Kaiwe na memra na jisu wakazache na memra. Blessed man dina mpacha pomti saying, or say the 8th Parliament had passed the private member bill. Why are they not using it? The youth in Ghana are not angry. Okay. And their blessing man, so I wish I will have your face on the screen. Now you have a nice conversation. To say, I had you, because also for it, Nanaji, Bafo. Nanaji, over me 2 minutes. Meaning, so the all support and no. A day in our support to 2 minutes.
Me that's be brave, Papa. Me den chama abadwafo a yatenase anwumre ne yetiefo nyina. Last time I make a say no, me can say me support Twene Jonas e one part. Na one other part so mene no enya adwene na papa meka asem baako se company bia pese odire ne ma ba abonten a ye fra de bi advertisement oye na obo ho dawuro na se ko advertising mu a ye wade go fa na approach company no use approach bi na odi aye advert no so hwe adonkofo advert ya omo use historical approach omo dressing crofo se tete atwam omo asa ne omo niam nyina na omo de omo advert hwe key soap omo use numerative approach akraketo obeya abaya na onni beye maame no beya akokora maame aberewa omo cheche say generation akwa abeto so numerative no say omo use number way age of 0 number say 1 age say we do this time and you ba kwa a thematic approach where they use a team and to me no Jonas use thematic approach and or the bar na dia no person oyim say me fat team will be na me the Twene ame ye no so a people will listen to me and they will like it
me pacho me ba
and the team no so no
na ji me pacho me ba Kekele Emmanuel and I think few people me pamacho mayenye sensible people say obi can be now na nya adwen write your comment there but mema mon denigrate myself I don't think enya won anybody else etina say bia be fake account bi etini yehu anim na be twetwere do pe bia no you are not making sense odi aze we are panyini ya wade se panyini obi a kire na adwen wo so kire wo so adwen tie bia won ne won supporters that view no na naming people ne calling names there the pachopi ma wadwen ni nu ba bia o ma kiri ma be review comment a yen kan se bi fa ho why Ghana for do obi no nya adwen a no wono wo nya ntokwa den Israel don't do that. Let us move into another level when we are thinking why the macho me da say nana kasa
me da say bibiri papa eti na pese me kire say Jonas no all start say all ba abonten no bi ono kwa na fiti ase say opese me oya ade bi e na o choose na approach ya opese ode ba na approach no part ba bi ene ne ya adwen say we show ba bi am yehu say so obi ka say Ghana entimi nye say abrochire da me ni pa kro nya adwen da to the extent say ye man no wo hwe geographically ne kese ene ye niema ye wo ene nipa ye wa say ye nya very good leaders here and we can go even far better than some of these advanced countries. Yeto sumienu fa mene ne nya adwene na atem no a edu ba bi a etra aninton now so nim Malcolm X ka sembi or say when you refuse me the ballot I will choose the bullet. I think say I didn't he adu ba bi say afei abufo no abu nipa bi nti ase so nti no nya aka no nyina no say ye besi bia meka nya ba bia mfa nyame sa na akọ wie hwe say o man an empire somebody describe Ashanti region as an empire say nipa odiso no empire na omampanyi dada IK Kutu Ignatius Echampong esi 1,000 bedroom down the sea G na ahemfo aba ahemfo akọ yenya Asantini ba ye friend J Kufu obeye president efie nwotwe a na ewo omampanyi na ye friend King Solomon na wantimi antufo say dan we yesi ho mfie aduonu ni say ye kware ma na ye yi a nipa 1,000 betinya dam na si ho say de ye nkobubu no a sebe sa akra bi pese o discount sa asemu ya say no beka no as much say Twene Jonas odi atemu a enya me de no some part so me feel say the only language ya yempanyin for no betinya te ase now ni asebe eba abontin onim papa amaji say Rwanda oh so wo hwe Rwanda say sitie ba bia started to see the husifo ntokwa a omunya leader oje oman ne say maje oman na fa me ye ni yie a na wa ye Rwanda say tram nyina ye admo Rwanda yet your man Ghana mu ye wo minister of aviation enfie aduonu nie ye ni alupri Yet your my Ghana, your Minister of Railways, yet the Nipa doesn't need to know Etia the car, our office here, your ministry, or Wolipa more than 100 when I say, yet to me, 100-kilometer railway and for trains. So, yet your my Ghana, ye minister for Zongo and inner development. So, na Ghana Zongo, but be any who anything. Yakoya di Ozongwa, near Koya Astroturf, Zongo, some Nantico board was. Yet your my Ghana mu ye minister say ye wo minister for gender there no mo ye minister of youth and sports ya take sports no kwan dey develop na youth no enti a branch yet your man mu na say ye pay 25 million ya ko ball akode cap 4.5 million aba na branch nya aduma nye na o sese sebi o mampanyin ye kwase a dey the chance waka me support atem die me mpeso be dey otumfo atem oyo onipa odimu kese obi say obi kan ha sisi ya say ye kan himfo mo wiase a otoso miensa. I don't think say no correct because Belgium e wo hene, Holland e wo hene, Spain e wo hene, England wo hene, Kuwait fo wo bi, okọ Saudi Arabia mo wo bi. Sai himfo we have been able to prove say they are kings, they are ruling and they care. Eti to me no Jonas now approach no they buy no. I think say a approach or no fee say this is the approach when I bring it out to her. A man for better me, no better in America. And the approach has worked. But the only thing they say, a terminal old, you're on the choice. The mode of propagating his message, and only yes, to buy na, or then send buy, or propagating, I was some demu, a man for tea. Time when Islam started, Islam started say back near Canada, young kun, a man for 18 now, no. The New Testament, abanene, say we are using the media to tell our story. Whether you like it or not, no, this is the way the youth want it to go. But baby, I may say, and paying for and started and raising no more active same paying for from now. It must be brave.
Medase, Emma on my basina, no, Nana Yadase pa. You see, I can't me yourself group and then the board answer that you want Kasai. Nana, class captain, so Kasai. A man will be our voice. But a man, dear, me momo kaso beko. O manima beautify the screen.
Oh, yeah,
Yama Yampa said, I'm a Joe Sheila.
Yan can be lying yabi.
Munkabina Munyabio. Okay. And your mamma call lawyer, no lawyer, Mimbisa lawyer say. Dear Costuina, no what Jenny saying. Because we're tear fan, Nana G say at a median will be ampe. Then so the people have really called for it, and Penifono has called for it. And omo can akwesi yedika. Ebi musu say enye yefa different approach. And the better lead it to war. Now the Arab Spring, no money ever harding. So momi yanshi yen kasa mu yi. Lawyer Danso, Lawyer Anderson, the patrol as a new genocide.
As of Medas, Papa, Memphis, I can use as Anchia. Abijafunya Shene, na Yadamas, my Jadaje, na Mabetna.
Lawyer Wakasa and say, my inky memo, my crack.
Lema inky memo, you mati. Messi Medabijafunya, send a Yajibre, na Yajun Ghana. Metia Fenuno, the Equina, Meti, Anna Medi debate Nechiache. On different platforms, different angles. Anna, Twene Jonas crown, so my friend pa. Every time you obey video piano, Menya prompt to watch his videos. And before no man for the videos, it's not them. But he came out on the street and started doing videos, and that approach was very beautiful. And even if any some no can ababetina want to find that. Through the video very live. And in a bimo ebe say credit kakra no makwa trust no mahwe abruchi kakra no ma free so. Now, I was for nananom de Ghana see ho from 1957. Eba be see ene Ghana. Twene Jonas say no. Yes na I met mama instances from time okra me many fika kra instances kra Every Godwin Avenue Bonomoso, starting with GBC, I could for assembly. Dr. Rekubro Bedom started Radio I, ETC Mountain so. I could for assembly me close station it down, Chibi Kotum, Kokuba Konum, Kwasi Platinum, demonstrations, I only go mountain so attend your moody. And you man no more to Rollins or Yampanaba, Rollins or Yampanaba. Sabre Nesuku for Anna Nair Bossa Mumomeno. Ah, son invest for Eba Bedi Rollins a cheap 1979. Uncle ye 81 or mobile. The Twene Jonas see now. Ya yes, sir. Casa Brebren so I didn't and penny for the casa. I him for a di booma wom and penny for a di booma wom. Ya yes, sir. But no cranny, body and answer pep for as you who say. Any part se would the best in fear a dununsia 26 corner. Nyansa I won a be mecanubium. Say Nyansana near the womb. So penny to me 2 4 na a toa suma. It is based on experience. It's a maybe 26 and now 27 years. Now also where the 42 and now 45. Nyansa a wood timono. Any nyansa bomitin e be quite but the way be come at penny say experience. As a certificate. So we Legon 1975. Now a Bachelor of Arts degree. Now miss me we Legon 2020 na Bachelor of Arts degree ni na ye pe. Si ye kwa dwuma the edibe fa wajame say o experience. It experience no and edibe fa wajame. Enyuma bebre hwe experience and sana certificate. Ebi hwe certificate so ma experience. Enti no me come akosi say the ekoso no nyina. Ya ye ni nyina na Twene Jonas pie no ba be ye do ye no a. I am sure say he had carried the oyama akwakosi nyina. Wadwene ho. But he said, Obi ba na no ka say, Osha na no ka say ye, the beto no, the beye no, Obi Grand say, e Ghana phone tie, yen wa brochi ado credit me eti, enya no kore. O hwe enipa bebo ni dua, ebi kura free, obi kura free suma ahinkro abebo ni dua. Na oni ba bia suma wa, a network wo wa, what Twene Jonas asem abebo ni dua. You will be surprised.
Suma ahinkro na wa he.
Suma hinkro e wo bona hafo achi wodi wani a kire kasapen kwa so very far place obi fro no mo hene ba kwa ba bebo ni dua se wakasa ti otumfo to bebo ni dua se onya accident e wa America no wo na edu suma hinkro a menim de ntia nu nkran na kuma se ayen fa no ntonchen me ka ma kwa kosi se ekwa eba no Usha said the Arab Spring started here. It started with the media, the social media. Nanwa yare ba ya yete them. Opposed needing in 9AC George Floyd ekonsuku no. Anka social media ni hono mo anka demonstration would not succeed. This is how powerful the social media is. And in fairness, me also
Who was a bar?
In fairness, o share any pa a share Twene Jonas Sabria Oba, you'll be amazed. Me share man for call life, me man for call life, me who will be away trying yet. What does it tell you? It tells you, say, he has people's ears. Now, you no brebre, ajia kana enye. There should be some form of another language. The Esinano, and Yanokran was here soon. The Osia Suon say, Sir Atenian is failure. Where are we going? Do you understand? Now it has gone beyond the politicians. And your politicians in Kwana amount for Ebu of Womu. Amount for realizing some of the things we were saying about 15 years on radio. 15 years ago. Set Ghana and Koswe and Kosinyano. The chiefs, the so-called kings, and the civil servants, they are the chief bandits of this whole thing. I'm telling you, they are the chief bandit. Oh, the Ekosina. Politician cry at some he mentions it sometimes. Let me say, well, maybe 4 years, I sound to me swaba. Se man hwe yi a wan hwa na yetumi ade so. Anaase wo ye bone ne kra na ka be se 2 months 3 months ya to aba a otwe ne ofuru kakra sika e bia wanya no na wa bechiche bia manipa no de wa wia so bechiche bia manipa no wa he. Wo hene betimi ka kire me se ohini betimi ka se monko na monko kan kire kra kire otia konya no ne se memi de me nananom na awu me wofanom na awu agya me akonya ye ntumi so aba etu aba be se atwam wo ha no okoni kroma wa nyina wa ha no won be san aba beto ye wa ha eti di ahemfo ne ye ni nyina yanim na asante hini nim de ekoso nyina de ekoso okumas na asante hini nim eni be 2 years kra ana abantoma hene ekodi isasisem bi achi okumas zu ekọ blocking su entimi nko ana asante hene to ne so ntasu kokko ana abantoma hene ebu nkotodwe eni nipa ebe pa na chew ewo ahemfie menhia ahemfie ne nkotodwe gu fom eni pa nyina etwa dwadwo a omnyina egu fom eni 2 years kra sabre na asemesi wo race course kumase na so mrom menhia ne yente omi enye careful but if with our little platform here to see nipa be sinsia na asensu we are not able to be truthful to ourselves sir. This is the beginning of the problem also for yebra ye ho emra Joshua mo ba ha na for mo tototo ayi e bottle ayi oil e bottle ba ko no matter how many £1,000 almost musu edu achi be senso kope 7,000 bra amebo abanfo kobobosia edbrom no mo gino omokono. Didn't you have to stand up and insult them for them to go? Were they not man of God you were insulting? Were they not the anointing we were touching? Were they not going about proclaiming they were men of God and anointed ones? Abraham should say we will rise. And yes, Bibi. You see, the media wasn't working in the Arab Spring. Especially Egypt. When it exploded one time, it became war. And more bien ko bia kasabu anhye ne yam. Se nipa na kasa na odwin so akasa tie wa saman no. Obeba. Why do you think? Se nipa e kasa tie se mpanifo nyina ye nipa wa manone ana omutimi kasa. Omuti fi omutimi kasa. Because of that program ya adwin say ebimu ye anointed that we can't touch them. We can accept. When we are anointed, you can't touch us. We get everything. Say them prayer. I want to call Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and Konko did the king Natem. Want to call Dubai, and Konko did one penny for Princess Natem or Mubunai. But to be interested in insulting them because they are happy. They are happy. Now, on the planet, you are double crew. Twene Jonas, every bono. If you are double crew, what you are double crew, you are boon me a double crew in Yanasa. And so, Esukufo ewo kufo camp number 2 omunya konya ntena so ni wo hu se kwasi kokwa o no omudua ewo New York e dia konya si abontin se nipa metra so omunya nipa metra so whether ne nyenti. How do you expect such a person to describe a nipa obabebu ni dua no a ye hu dua no enkura do mafuru eto fom twero no? How do you expect? We have been independent over 50 years. 50 years. Ye di soja bayaba anyeye ye kokofa professor ebaye anyeye ye kokofa obia John Mahama ofri extreme they were deprived anyeye afa politician no wedi 40 years in the game wono ne papa president or the balancing college boarding house we agugu na balancing college sika yaje or the boarding house Oxford ujaye eko elegon ekoko wie no wono aye demonstration akese a oni ohia hwe wona brabom ye de ono so by anyeye. What are we supposed to do again? What yenye? Tell us. Yenye. Do we take guns? We are not allowed to take gun. Do we insult them? Do we vent our anger? Now we are not allowed to vent our anger. What do we do? What again? Yenye. You see, and we can't write off the country. We can't write off the country. Maybe a British passport. Maybe American passport. What are we supposed to do? What is it? What is it? Adenti ana yetimi adenti ana enkolani adenti na mark or hospital omo from adenti na ye bu pipe na pipe na ba yellow na ebi nipa ne bi pia hwe na ebi omo nim Ghana ntia me I've traveled everywhere in Ghana makoba bia o Ghana ko bia ne wa me nkoso o Ghana da Me ko kro bi so Ghana na eba any 5 years kora. Now if you travel the length and breadth of Ghana, no
I'm not Ghana if I'm
in the
there
time
now
of the 80s.
candy.
When the wako Ghana in the 90s. Now wako Ghana in the 2000s. Abesi sabria orebeho. And the kochebi kowe. Kochebi. Kane no galamse ne wuram na hunu. Uhu galamse won wuram tu du kro na emu galamse. And ne wudu chebi krom kra, you will see galamse say ekoso. Then some mutu galamse ni nyina so more license. Mutu galamse ni nyina so more license. China for say omo de omo nim ba bi efe ni chebi. Omo nim achem kwa aben. Na wobi e wo Ghana ho ana so omo nsado mko. Na nso ya no kore. What China onim kwa aben. Yati ya kwa aben nim China kuro bi so. Bes nipa de ne ko. Na se nipa na nkotoku sa abrobe na wase twa ne ho. Aba be ka se obi akoko hunu nsuo. Na hemfo na ahunu nsuo no. Aye dangerous. It is wrong. Na ebra so say ye be sorry akasa because we have no dog in the race. We have no dog in the race. Yeti hey ye twa da bi nkopedwuma Ghana. Also for brobe nkopedwuma Ghana. Also for obi ani ho nkopedwuma bu Ghana. Yeti ye mu bi ani ho a se wokasa onko Ghana bi ma aban otikrom be kasa sore ko okrum. We can decide not to go again. E bi kwa na busuafo kra wo hwe omkwan kwa busuafo nti ase. Also for about where o ma nti ase, o papa nti ase. If you can choose not to go to Ghana, kra bi wan akwakọ he no. But kuntu hwe ni nchira na eko. It is important and in fact also very instructive. Very very instructive. See abeti ase say ya nchichiri Ghana na yanka ne ne yakatazo bo asa our culture. That culture has failed us. That culture has failed us. In the 80s, in the 70s, the culture was working. Many person nyame. Yiti men samuba betina ba mu cheye. Of course. Omo ye de. Na nso hwe ye a omo ye no ne na mafo ye omo ye no a. Ane ko no omo bo no a. Eye dangerous. Very dangerous. When we
lawyer Medasi.
In the matchmaking conclude now. When we all this came in the early 80s now. Yede enyum edishia no. He only overstayed his welcome. Perhaps that's the reason why in the latter days before he left, obey unpopular. No, be careful. That guy is so kumasi. No, of course, if you overstay your welcome, you be unpopular. And Oko Uganda to see him. And Okase Museveni, he was a hero. He was a freedom fighter. Or stop Obote. Or stop Idi Amin. But today, what do we see? He has overstayed his welcome. He has to go. It made the Twene Jonas and a coin announcement. Any point. Me ma media tem de said obi bi say ade na onso camera so bi ade na asem koko so on them no so for ema community no shirawa the first onim bible mu nche say nyame afrew enti osu obi ade de woye Twene Jonas ade a woye no onko so anye nemum I also take responsibility for everything that he does. That's all. He has to take responsibility for everything that he does.
Now, lawyer, hold up. Why am I a lawyer code? Won't take responsibility for everything that he does.
Of course. Because there will be reprisals. And who's so baba? What I say? Okay. So be penny be at who's so baba because one tenacity. So what I say? Be answer the crop for sorry. But the crop for sorry so. Then also sorry be. So kwa kotew. So but what it takes is he has to take responsibility. You understand? And I believe I'm praying for him. I'm praying for him say he will take that responsibility.
Okay. Hey, Eusia, and then the made my many also be and Cassed. Aye. Now, me who comment now I say a man in Cassed, also Sika class of store Cassed. And say class captain soon to me Cassed. Aye. Now, me who's a California, the lawyer can watch your comment is and if you don't want and some war and God bless you near the other day. Just say to me, say, a seminar car fan, Nina. Dear, aye. Now, as a cigar, I to 2 minutes before me.
Yo, Michia, a Bejafuna, a Shafone, a Tifo. Suffer.
Watch your meet yourself.
Lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
Me bo lawyer baso, me bo empenyufo a edi kan akasa nyina, de obi e kan ye ne opinion. Na ye problem a mimi hu wo ye man Ghana mu ba kunnie. We don't disagree to agree. Essentially, we have to disagree to agree. Semin pebibi anasemin tibibi asename chrema junior. Sebio, me were right. Lawyer can simply say, on taking responsibility for ninsema oka. Adia mama de pa branti na sema na se me gene nsem no ase me ye ne support ane say oka asem na owo boldness na ogina de oka no so nti no odi atem na obo oye specific say me prove nti a me di motemu no eniye yamra ya sante memu me ya sante ni ye nyina wo kumase ewa asante memu yenim say yenyini ne sane na asante man eluku ye wa ahene no mo maba ene ahene no mo a omako obi aba de oye sonko otumfo ba ye no nada Roma obi afrɛ King Solomon ebi da so frɛ ne sa minim sane lawyer kan bi bia ni hono ma ekwa sebi efa nachi bibia nam nanim ene ne nan ase de nti ameka sa ni owo kronti hene owo adonten owo ahene bebre atwitwa ne ho ahia wa ma omo positions esese omo kɔ no mo report back to menhia na na wotwe ana abosumi bia omo hia enu nti ne yefrɛ ho menhia oman no enhia mu bia enti sa wo mo ba no mo de report ba okro bia eye na sade ne na mamre ne na ade ekyese empuntuo ekoso na de ne yehia na yehia sei chia me se na yehia sei we so se kro we ekose enti there is nowhere sabi obi betena ba bia aka say otumfo onim de ekoso
okay
dia me point no sabi o ba ye yo say ye hunu ye nya nkrofo bi achia me fo bi abegina ho edensa agu sabi o anya omutumi so na omudi gu nsa na obi na ama omu permission say omunye sa na mamre no ekono ye wa ha na nsa ya na ye se adum otumfo say obi ani ye ne kiosk mo obi antena tia stores animu endidwa pastor wo hwe video na ehwa ye clean adentia otumfo ma order obi atie otumfo ma mi wu ye nyina ye wa ha oso obi ana no nsia kumasi abonte so empatamu obi ada no nsia etie dia no otumfo ka sabio obi antimi nye muma ye fa politics entonjen ekuro ni ye ne dia santema ye ne dia ne empatamu ye ne dia bibi akofom bia wasantema mu no eye ono responsibility because ono no ye ohene ono no ye otumfo ono no oti adwaso wono na tumi ni kuta no enti sabio mpanyifo atwa ne ho ahia oman ma asanteman ye pese obi ade ye tumfo ene ye na nani betwufom ne ye pese ahindie ne ho tse na ho banyamo no adie na yeso ye ade aboa nana sabio ekom de yen mumma mu nyina ti ne ye WhatsApp chiefs no obia bodompem ye mache ahimfie nie mo fa nkoto ye henani mo nkodi ye nti na ahimfo ne wo no nana ekro wei ye twa galamse ekro wei ye twa nnua ye ka politicians ne NGN ntumbiem o man ma no yesuo sei edie na nana ye nana bie na no ka semba kope I tell you say nana dokra will not have no power okay because oma no mo kiosk and I say omo asebi nana hima wu ya yesi ye kokra nti obi ana no nsia no sabi na bi no wo license obi aye man obi awo na yi ni freedom but enam so otumfo na kasa nti na akufo-addo want to me and free Accra and also want to me akasa otumfo akasa nti mo nkoso nya adwuma mo obi akoda no nsia no enti eba ne sen ene sase ye tena ho master bisabio ye nana ye yemuba esukonoma etwa ensuo eba America kuroduam ebe hum se kurobi nie no fa video scene so ofa video scene so enya nne o enya nne but ye fa ne say ya asresem obi afa ne so omunya no or ye homeless ebi class woni baabi da ebi so ye scam ebi so wo ye ho ahwan but na o kan ye sebe o twen adwene na wa kan ye sebe nyansasam mate ase ade ba ko me pa cha mo te me nka
yeto nka ya
ade ba ko me hu wo ye krom ne se sebe opanyimu de onya de boneda de bia bofra na ya de bone adentia ya tete in a stage say woni panyi kasa krai wontimi nhwa nanim intimidation fear any suppression ubuade a echese panyi kasa na esa ho wo so eno na echese ubuade you have to be so intimidated as a timid eni say ubie wa no kasa eno na echese ubuade no ye punipa sabi o maame ne papa kra ya ade na nya ese se otimi ni tena se maame ne papa de wo ye bible na kraka o se improvoke akwada no enhye na ne ya ma ne nya den ema ono so mekasa ntia wo but de bia de ya say bible say di wo na ne waja eni na wo na ware wasa bia ka ne de ne yaja but ye nyina so ya mo frapping
aso 1 minute
me pa cha wo say
1 minute
1 minute and until the American question say leadership no ekutayen president ne nkrofo omo twa ne ho ahia se oni omo a wo mo na omo fa mu man ya hemfo no enu nti sa branch ne kasete ya wo mo na asem na wo ka no omo mpede a eye simple mumma ensesa embrem se mo sesa man no se mo yede man no temamufo no pa sabio obi ani ho anadwene eda sabi ensuo mu se obeba befa camera na obedi dimpanyi atem abra ne kuro no efe ne kuro ne nioma ekoso no eye ebi say fix country ne chese fix your attitude me need access to anioma better than my fix me attitude anioma ensisi akwan mu se me di ade beto dustbin mu ensuo ni ho amenom me need toilet wo me fie sabio a me kwa bonten na me ko use bathroom no wa bonten nako wow, things have to be in place. As a leader, we are mammy papa will fear. Now watch a shamra, one ya want to ye will fear, man no sebi, who better to your mark Jane. They will not be responsible and they will not come back being good. Your friend is a children to you, and our expectation, and yet what you are looking for. And until normally your leaders, until you are show on son. It's almost a chrono or being sorry new on my term. Almost take leadership role. No munya say we a leader. I say a kotokoto. There be any power channel. No, leader means say you are working for me. Leader means I was so bad brown once and I miss my brain once a month. Leader means I was so boom and I mean boo. Young Jaisa, we a leader. We are bonia. Yanka. We a leader. We move akwada. Ubi one or the opiana. We no. It's about time we change. And until I yet to choir. Yabe who say and tisa. Nti ye manesa enioma na yebesua wa ha no e dia ma ye krom say no ye tu kwan ye hu sabrofo no say no ma ya abo mu krom ma ye so ye nya bi sabi ye mpanyifo enyina o ba tu kwan otumfo nadaroma ono so tu kwa gatena brechina so wo betena ade ne so wonim sa nete ye eno ti ye ka anya se bi obi di otumfo atem obi mpesa ne hene obi ne ho pesa ne hene ye de nanim betwitwi fom the president ye de nanim betwitwi fom but let's see say adeno eno kura no de eda ho a mamu ma ye nyi ani mamu me afa nioma bi ntototo nchenchen na say pese ye ka ase pese ye ka ye nue be ma o ka say ene ye so yenso camera ni bi no ye de bia na ye ntumi so camera no ntini ye pe Jonas asem say the courage ni boldness any braveness na wo de so camera na wo ye no enu ntina ye so ye den ye ni gide wo ye no obi ampe but obi antumi nya den enye because intimidation and a public opinion will be better say hey and then no say and also say no nipa bebre into me standard that but ono dey ultimate standing ti ohia support say nipa no be dinachi they support no nya courage no to do it
and I say answer o kasa na make us 1 minute in kan krofo ya chima bumi wo ha je se mema won kasa na mi ntwa wa no e na de say onkomo no your mode uncommon your mother. Aye. They say so amaji wo ho. Aye, ntino or the chiriboko apostle and dan kwasek. Also for now to men can dey. Also, now the day I when you ask when you wabre.
Brepa, say me Fred Juma, me be real money.
Yee, kafra na. Wosu pesa wo kasa bi. Also, brobe da so on kasa ye. Ba for on kasa ye. Ena Sheila on kasa. Me srem obi an kasa kakra meto aba. Why? Me won sem kan bi so kra ne lawyer ka. Also, brobe.
Yes, sir.
Me de me misa question. Odi na abisa oka.
Okay, issues in the doors. The ambassador can say, first of all, Ghana is, I'm a Ghanaian, I'm a proud Ghanaian. And I want to see my country progressing, say, Tumpon economy. Therefore, I have to ask myself, what is my contribution? Every country, be our progress, they are very interested in their global prestige, significance, and stature. As American, their global prestige, significance, and stature. And they will make sure that they will promote the good side of their country. If for more culture and our tradition and our system here, a bit may attract the world to itself now. They will promote and elevate and advance that. You see, champions always magnify their strength and they make time to deal with their weaknesses. And so only in areas in social media, the influx of social media has caused a lot of good. It has done a lot of good. It has also done a lot of damage to many countries. So while managing the money here, Chrome United Kingdom, Untimi metnaha medit penifua tembe brisa, and it can't say me now for it will affect the national security. The national security is paramount to your individual interest. So, Kromuha, omu eja obia so kika de ope, on creating confusion and chaos. When them say you monitor emails, they are monitoring your social media platforms. As Sema Obekano, say bet me creative problems, chaos in this nation. You'll be arrested, you'll be questioned. One you cry, they will kill you without anybody knowing. Or they will poison you. Russia, that's it. America, that's it. Israel, that's it. All these countries, that's it. Even Saudi Arabia, West, you can't focus a showman. Rwanda, now you praise them. You can't go to Rwanda and talk anyhow. At the moment, who are Rwanda, now you're a radio presenter, who you see media space, you can't do that. There is a reason why. Because Ghana is America. America gained independence in 1776. 1776. And Oma progressing Oma Bedu Baby Omono. Along the way, America has done a lot of evil to many countries. Along the way, they have gone to wars. They have taken advantage of countries, all the military might. They have taken advantage of them. They have taken advantage of Africa. They have used our strong men and women to build their railways, their roads for free. I said it the other time. We Ghanaians, we can't do that. Yet me, my Britain and America, they may take on captive and for build their countries. We can't. So where are we? We have to look at our own problems. Ghana, your problems in a day. A day after 60 years or over 60 years of independence, yeah, that's what they weigh. Is it possible as a nation, say, bet me the 4 years, 8 years, I develop and our solve Ghana problems, is it possible? What are the issues that we need to address now? And say, yeah, address the issues and now you solve problems, sir. And quite best we fast to solve problems. Ghana, globally, the British Architectural Society, first time in history, one Ghanaian man since 1886 or so, I'm establishing that award. No, the only black person winning that award, no, or a Ghanaian, David Ajay. He won it yesterday. Have you heard Ghanaians praising him? Because that is how you live the image of the country. Why do you think many Americans were running to Ghana? Because Ghanaians, if people like Steve Harvey now in Ghana, they were promoting and marketing Ghana. Yeah, you see football If you want to then you invest into football. We use football to market your country, to attract people to come in there and to invest. And he said, your problems be numerous. Your problems are multifaceted. Your educational problems, your health issues, your economic issues, your unemployment issues. All those issues, need solution. So we have to ask ourselves, what are the solutions? What role can they play in solving the real problems? Very important as a democratic society, we allow everybody to express themselves, whether they are angry or whatever it is. We have to allow them to talk. So the culture of silence, I will never support it. But also, at the same time, the culture of noise is not a custom. It also has a potential to bring pandemonium and chaos. Already know. Yes, so father that any attempt at a cause retrogression to accounting, we won't like it. You hear our brothers and sisters, the same people, politicians in name, they have money. And to copy another problem, but here they are gone. The people no suffer any money, young people no money be no more payment. They are the same people that are going to suffer.
In Joseph, ahemfo no nneema ma yama nkofo buafu no. What will you tell them? And again abeka youth because at then material wo kan yin ase. But the anger of the youth now I could bring up this, and also say fans naturally Jonah because of the thing say somebody is talking for them, no. And for this in decades, and they've gone away with it because there hasn't been much people talking against it or even pushing them to this fire. Then I catch him for my youth and so I calm down.
I don't make a wine for them. Say, Riase economy. Until our traditions been a culture be our for years. I soon in Fasobia. We are aware since 2 years ago. I said, I informed to tap a coming and I saw me jai. I'm a quite walk car who will be one near my way and I don't tap a cam. As a chum. Sans and good go name. Men call a hamen or harness animal. And who here to me. And a culture be over. Now, hope for a reason. At this moment, yeah, woman, and who hear him. You can't be on the culture until the culture must be respected. But American anymore, I did go how we are and ya. And yes, I was son. Because first, near him said human sacrifice. What to say, I don't know, him I could go to your city to Nanka, yeah, Johnny Quamanico. Aye. Now, I know where. And now so he be cry to Johnny Patinia de Acosil. It was when the colonial masters nearby and no more a chair and King Kwakudia, one of those. A course the shows and no more introduce Bible and Christianity to normal culture and say human sacrifice is not good to Omunjai and Omujai. But that was the norm. But what miss a sign. Argentina traditions, many systems, beer, and my money to mean tumpon, or to miss a frame. Because the entire authority of an authority will for a reason and for a purpose. So man be a lusu respect for the authority of honor. It is tantamount to chaos. Because authority now honor, I don't know Shem Rama or Diso, and I want all director of my own leader of man. We need any respect. What the warrior, yes, sorry, woman. Say, will be rebellion against or no any pastor. No chance, yes, or your name be a for boomre a sorry no or software will lead dinner. What happens? We are software when in it will affect your morale, it will affect your leadership style in Emma. And you want to find a way to address that issue. In the same way, leaders are more almost sumo minus a siano. But brewa, omonya papa in away. And Nema moya and papa say winima point it out. In a way, we private members bill, ya pass of parliament, or Ghana. Your chroman is almost sham ready. Nasa ye ni one, ye sign it near the co parliament. Say true numbers beer. parliamentarians need discuss. No must ashemra. Ni actually one free side.
Also, Ujidi said, we no cost power from all of us. Ujidi says, our private member bill now, yeah, can't was seminal. Ya shot was a year, you may be a malco, Jinao, can be a bitty. You need to a ballot box. Him cradia ye cola, ya janamo and ammo. Ye na you need to be live video. Yashe. Boniba in a penny be a do organa, why? Yachina so me a citizen amateur, me copy big a credit, me quaco case, ya private member waiting, me economic could actually. Also, it's a complete waste of everybody's time. That is the truth. The law is there. Now, also for me, new me him saying Yaobia and Tuobia, Yamphobia.
The bill is not to arrest anybody. For issues where Kosi, Ebia Galam say, Ebia, the educational system organ. Now what started a revolution. So, Upa said, and near my racism. And you are seeking for people to sign in. Near the core parliament, near the common said,
no parliament for Ujidi said, yes, in sign, no parliament for net. I want to make a problem, Gakaro, sorry. No parliament for net tea, or Ghana, 7 year king, Ghana.
Now, they say, no, on the Ghana system, what do you then expect us to do?
Because Obi Anyi, Yamenkwa, Obi Hanyi, also for Ujidi, also for Uji Ghana law.
Sorry, we have to start from somewhere.
There was of the Siaminoka said, Uji Ghana law, Uji.
Oh, at least we have a law. We are governed
by freedom of information bill. Freedom of information.
Maybe that Pastor Jacob. When the also be engineer, anything I use, me say me na margin here because yet one and some of the doors me who baby am free. And the laws are there, but is it really working for us? So how are we going to redefine all these things?
One of the things that you made me understand, who enforces the law of the country? The IGP, any other law enforcement agencies. IGP is not working. You want to saw energy. And my sorry, I don't see the IGP working. The police administration is corrupt. And therefore, we want the police IGP to be changed. Here I am pushing that agenda. Say, yeah, the core parliament. No one say any part of donors signing in. They have to oblige. They have to do something about it. Some say yeah, they change your man. But they didn't have to do. At the end of the day, what does it solve? You get people's attention. Why famous for that? But at the end of the day, we have seen it like lawyer Kayam. Yeah, won it several times. Agitations, any other, I don't know. Sometimes it brings certain changes. Because if you be away, 1992 Constitution by a year to abandon. And never be assistance along the way. And and pushy demonstrations be and mass changes in the by. At the moment, Parliament has this. It is better than nothing. Ghana is not like a banana republic. It's not a failed state like a lot of people want to create that impression. So we call West Africa. You see, in the city of the blind, one man with one eye is the champion. We call West Africa. Ghana is the champion. Until you need to be a champion, so West Africa. Until we have to see ourselves, we can make it, we can do it. Now, more airborne modern contributed to a country. We should honor them rather than they be as a focus on the negatives. No, I don't think it's right.
All right. Apostle Company, Oberson Kameba or Banoso, but okay.
1 minute.
Okay.
Oh, you see, I second what Apostle Brobe Akano. There are problems, and nobody is saying that these problems shouldn't be addressed. But you don't want to address them to create anarchy, because there's nothing like neat anarchy or a neat rebellion. Rollins, a lot of, people take confusion to settle scores. People take confusion to kill people, to steal people's property, to do a lot of things until you will not have a neat rebellion. So what I want is that we'll address the problem, but it should not lead to what happened in Sierra Leone. Mekacho said last time, Sierra Leone 2008, there was a whole town of people with no arms because Gidi Bar, Obi town, no Afasikan, also, I'm going to kill this person. And look at Rwanda. the Hutus and the Tutsis. I mean, people use that chaos to settle scores. It was not about reforming the country or anything. And when he said, hey, I want to take his property. Let me just go there. Oh, this girl, I want to rape her. She looks very nice. I want to rape her. So we have to be very careful. Let's address our problems, but let's do it well.
Okay. Another about for Robert you. Now, Sheila, unmute me. Fantastic. Whether why are the upon about for patient to me who be that now? Maybe it's a question. What's in both sides of the story? I think say nobody liked the insult, but you look as if say Obias in Penifoni and I say baby Drew no the trend of mu taking a BB or just a saying.
Unfortunately, no, Obi find there both support to say at the many more supported the assembly now you're good. But in my opinion, nobody is asking why we are insulting now. Nobody is asking that. And that kind of baffles. Why are we here? We are here today because if anybody are suffering in that started the attempt, they started it. They started this whole thing. Why is it that it's now on the chiefs and we are talking? You are here, we are saying, where is it from? Example now, and all these examples that was given here, which was so awesome, which I support with. I'm saying that the leaders started this whole thing, and the chiefs were quiet. They were not saying anything. And if somebody is attacking you and your father is not defending you, what do you tell your father? That is what has happened. The church, the people ran away to the church deceived them. The leaders went nowhere. And what were the chiefs saying? They were saying nothing. And that is why we are here. So I support the idea of the insult because they brought it. They started it. The elders started it. They insulted the younger generation. They disrespected them for so long. And this is why you have to be here and be talking about it. And if we are insulting back now and that will be the solution, then so be it. If this is what will bring us back, we are so much afraid that what happened in Rwanda shouldn't happen to Ghanaians. Rwandese are more human beings than us, or are we more human beings than them? No. But then if that is what to change the system, then so be it. I'm not supporting violence, but I think the elders, the leaders, and everybody started for so long and overlooked a whole lot of things, and now this is where we are. Come on, people. Hey.
This is where we are. In fact, we are struggling to hear you. Say noise and break me say network now.
Yeah, no, sorry about that. I have my two little boys here that are really talking. I apologize. So if the Twene Jonas it was it right? No, but it is do it right. Yes, and this is why we can talk. And if people are saying because Martin Luther King's people have to go and fight, their era is over. Their era, there was nothing like social media. If there was social media, they would have done worse. But people listen to the YouTube. If your father disrespects you, will not respect your father. So the elders should question themselves why the youth are talking. But that's it. I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you, Ama. Ya papa say the network in yes because we just watch pa ya pa. But I hope say it will be better. It will be better. Bavo me pa choka sabi na fidie class captain why? Na we apostle beka say na about lawyer so because we won't see me be a lawyer pa. Me break a country ba for kasa.
My greetings to everybody. In fact, obiya kasa, you know. But Martin Luther King once said something, okay? Or say, freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. Freedom is never given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. So what is going on in Ghana, no? And penimfona tna ye fa hudie so ache. for a long time. Now the oppressed is demanding their freedom from them. But what you are saying? What we are doing, is very, very good because we are also playing our part. Because Martin Luther King or some can being so said, or say, the ultimate tragedy is not oppression, but by the silence of the good people. Ultimate tragedy is not the oppression by the oppressor or by the bad guy, but the silence of the good people.
Of the good people.
And the young good people consider yourself say good people we talking about this issue. We're doing what we're supposed to do as citizens of Ghana. Now Mpanifobi Kasa okay, fine. The question is all Kano. Let's not lose focus on the message. Is he able to communicate what he is trying to communicate? Is his strategy or approach effective? I would say absolutely yes. Because he's getting the attention of the citizenry, he's getting the attention of the leaders, he's getting attention of everybody, including us. So in as much as I don't support the idea, say, he's getting that message across. Now, Pastor Jacob Okabibi said, or they saying, he don't want anarchy days, and he don't want what happened in Sierra Leone and everything. Of course, nobody wants that, Pastor Jacob. But the question is, sometimes, the citizens must act up in a certain way, but not in an anarchic way. But sometimes, they have to act up in order to get an attention. For American example. Black people abuse here, the police abuse here, until cell phone video came. Police stop when so me namnasia stop me obi a minim no kra no. They start videotaping because they don't know what is happening. No, they about live video. And the police phone who they started doing what they're supposed to be doing. Twene Jonas, baby show. I mean, that is why I went to school, John Jay College of Criminal Justice. It's around 59th Street and Colombo Circle. Very nice place. Very, very nice place. Me and my man Koha. The Osho baby but baby Osho now we have our problems. There is a bunch of homeless buildings. There are homeless people on the street, but Osho, So even though American system is working, we also have our problems. And to the Osho to encourage the citizens of Ghana, say, Ghana for accountable, say, we can also make it. I don't agree with Pastor Brobesa Oka said, we cannot do it like how the Americans did it because as a slavery. And the years now Pastor Jacob will make his statement. He was trying to explain, like there is a 7 steps here. We use it to do problem solving. Like, look, most government agencies and even most governments, they use that strategy. Public Administration's Master's Program, they know. You analyze, you identify the problem, you determine what is the cause of the problem. So I said, I selected the main cause of the problem. Develop a strategy.
Bless man, the problem be anyhow. We are also social media and the Kasa Ghana for no Cracombia Nubia, okay. Diaspora and the Kasa rough. It's like, maybe
point now, me person be making any say. Sir Pastor Brobe, any Pastor Jacob Casa, yen to your boss, na me and yen create any anarchy be an answer, yen make any de to a certain degree. I don't agree with them because how can we get the attention of the leaders? But what you are saying, leaders here also no, almost be called school or strategy here and as approach here, Pastor Jacob describe leaders no more be I did that in my master's program. I just saw them to organization be my man the camera. Me draw organization na chat na mom dia ye adwuma e be check corruption ni bibia so me omo fa ma me da me na me catch you. What you say? So the leaders know what is going on. They know what is good for the citizens. They are not doing it because the citizens were not demanding accountability for them. Now himself social media privately owned and come you citizen Captain Smart and free. They don't have any control. That is why No, Kwana make a channel. If they have that power, can ye nyasa or chance we cry nye we no. Okay? America ha. Yeah, use private media, I mean social media to discuss problems and issues. Donald Trump, you abandoned on social media because or incite hate. What you say? I didn't abandon Mandi Mubia no sabi because yatem the DNA no professionally no we are trying to effect change and also no use hate to divide the nation. What you say? Ain't the social media now boy any use no me support to say the bia sabi agwa kwase no di mpanimfo na tem no, but it is justifiable. It's subject to debate too. Me answer that question. Is that no justifiable? Is it effective? And I will say absolutely yes, it is effective because can get effective what? Can you name my church and Pastor Brobe, Pastor Ban, Pastor Jacob. The other time I was telling you guys, say, mobile social media, Jesus love you, Jesus is Lord. Move you yes and 50. Opa, for camera besi when you they say. Now you say, Ube tiu biatam, wallahi, talahi. You shall be no.
But see, you mediobia, that is the problem. You knew biatemu.
Ain't on your views, no. I didn't know your views.
I don't know if I didn't call you.
Is it?
But people that are interested in listening to insult. What kind of people are they?
You have
to be interested in the real issues. And have to
Class prefect. Class prefect. Class prefect. You see, there's one thing I observe about this discussion. People say, I don't like the way Twene Jonas is insulting. But you can't have, logically, it don't add up because you can't have A and non-A at the same time.
No, I can explain.
Hold on. Martin Luther King, born about No, Martin Luther, born about how did he approach things? Mahatma Gandhi, born about I'm coming. How did he approach things? He went for but he did it constructively, and Mahatma Gandhi did it constructively. At the end of the day, they got a result. And you think about that.
Mama Gandhi, Kasa polite, actually, I'm going to tell you, Kasa says, let's ask for the if what he did was right, the people are the same people that assassinated,
just a year ago, a black man,
Rajiv Gandhi, the same thing. Benny Tabuto, the same thing. Martin Luther King, yes, I if they were polite here, what would that result?
Okay, Masaba back. Bafo run up now. Lawyers, me patcha why. Bafo run up, mommy.
I'm still on the floor.
Aye.
As a political scientist, I'm just looking at the approach and how effective it is to get the message across. My more example be Donald Trump, America, or you saw attempted to win the majority of the Republicans. So some Republicans for the people. What I say, it worked for him. So as a political scientist, I would say the campaign was successful, even though one win, he was able to win the votes of his targeted population. As a political scientist, Twene Jonas the Grams will name the whole year, but I'm telling you, sitting behind the scenes and analyzing things critically, the strategy you're very effective for Papa. But saying Kenya effective for and can him for come chow so and mama may press conference and Kongo and my media be and social media say Twene Jonas and Kwane trend you. And in as much as morally, I think he said attempt the is wrong, politically, it is so effective. Very effective because he's getting the results, he's opening up conversation. Pastor Jacob. Ghana young help
me here. Na mentiasi. Obiasu odi atem. Enti no atem didi no odi enye. Now, osi ana ye say se wo hene etena se. Ne nsuo ankrofo nom no. Ukoton ma Chinese ni. Ana ukoji hu sika. Ne nsuo ni sei. Ne yentimi nom. Ne ye ne mmoa ko no nsuo a. Wo hene no adwene ni fi. Mintim was you. Which part of it is insulting somebody? Me minti munchira mase mentiase. Asem na wakan so ka kire o se sabi. O ka kire o se sabi e wanim hu sabi we abo de o se se wotena ho na wo yes A B C D Z. Dia waye no e kire se wadwene wo nwura mu a. What is wrong with what he has said? Me mintim wase.
Is it
help me here? Yetrani aka also for yetrani aka say charlatans omo ba ombeji nkrofo sika obi plan no the oil any niema bi afra also obi nkonom ni aka say sa nipa na adwene ni fie because wadwene wo fie a won hye wudie we emfa ma nyonko nipa so nkonom no nkogu. Why is it different from so be ka kire obi say wo betran wakwakoye mentemase? Help me here. What is the attempt?
Aban we tie your friend is saying Twene Jonas ase then na court me hwe caption e say me hunu asem no de mention dampo address because caption they say Twene Jonas no or tete or mine no and as politicians na now religious leaders no and they help mine. That is the caption na me hu ye. Now yen hwe ade ne ye ba for kasa na ba for say Twene Jonas say we share social media or no one or trendy obia na trendy ene na se for o sample nsemo maka nyina Pastor Brobe kase we na me pese me kase because he virtually said everything and na me pese me ka bia. Number 1, Twene Jonas na trendy because in the book of Romans o se fa akufun won akode eboabo ho ano ensem hunu nti na say because social media no the way people use social media to advance themselves no before you should say any aye
apostle ni nsem hunu ne de ben
ni nsem hunu ne say number 1. And some are no. Take your time and listen to that guy. He has never offered one solution.
There be osofo mebao. Wono ye tia meba but parliamentarian ministers. Ye mo free petrol, free house, free this. So mon konkojene no mo o man no. So Twene Jonas na offer solution bila never call your mind you. What are you talking about?
Papa Twene Jonas has said a lot, has brought a lot of solutions. A lot of solutions about
and is it his job
only
to
one thing? Only one thing.
Nanaji, hold on.
Listen. Say o kasa na kasa na wuntimi mfa solution bi anto form say wo na wote wa say na wo beya emfa so bi ani etie o because wo do ano donwira ebi ngo e na wutwa nka agu anu kyerɛ se wasidan ensem no fi start say wo kana manfo se wo kan yenye no kan yenye no e di ade no no watimi aye wuntimi nya ene ye
also yen also be asem na wo kan de wo di na kwa kire o miss baby say wo say e de na wo su preach no wo so no wa ya ma o man Ghana e de na baafo aye e de na mema ye e de na wo so bro da aye that is not the point and no your point no point and any say wo say betwa nnua firi wo krom ye di nnua na ba ha say nnua no ye de ayade awi wo ye twa firi wo krom no e kro na ye twa firi so no e so kwan atutu for the past 20 years onye ye unim nyansa what say sanka unim nyansa anka fix road no
odi atem ni we no say nduade ye de aye kuro na na
oh also that is not the solution here and
I'm still on the floor.
You are bringing an uproar. It's an uproaring. People must look into it.
I'm still on
the floor.
Okay.
Listen. Se oteho nese of trap ne camera. Now what the kosi America or to America places in we say a former say no or they compare Africa. Said the pastor Brobe kan you know. And to me, you can't compare oranges to apple. You can't compare oranges to apple.
Why?
The same pana waka sano. What America one or did we are was it being on to the back no true Ghana being on only fear the be say bini ho and society pakrona won't mean fa de into form American no true Ghana no the better form or no ankasa Twene Jonas no or the better form Time or te bantama hon. Now odidia or no to me keep rubber and one bottom to so betu fien or the aqua to ball him. Yet
Papa, is it sensible, sir? Or the ball I show bottom ewo chrome yakofie. University of Legon, University of Ghana, Legon, Campus Ukrano, where we have professors called no, you need that's been a lot of pine chain. Or because a lot of pine chain that's been you know, one day being first for Wemua, or for solution my go to UCC campus, the whole Brekum, Abontin, a city of Brekum. Omuni that's been one. As you meanwhile, your MC, you 75 million a month.
Me assure
I'm my friend blessing man.
A Kromuhana, you who say be a caution. The same issues in the issue you are Banema Bonting. The same issue, Cron. A be wabruchi, Banema Bonting. Any number one. Number two. The same Nipano, COVID see Ghana. Ubia encourage man and asifwa, Nanado, Eko Koka say. Ubia ento light, ubia ento issue whatever. COVID no ano brasia almost as yesafi or the water be no what a light be ban. The same people now the general catcher say Adentina or Samba be water be any light be. A chrome ha yenet ya brutre. A him fan among whom says a chrome ha baby or mutu be a to gold mind and as a bibi or order. A taxing kitten and go for Triano. And no moody develop clona ye or no. The same person call Ghana you introduce taxes no mubu of no mukasa. And he quite best soon as Elidano. Your economy, which Makuma Comensa, a mutu test.
No.
Also, the
tax that we pay, no, we don't see what they used to do. Obi condemn say, Mama, Ekuta, car, street of 35.
I didn't finish my lawyer. Man, read na make no. Remember, 1 hour man.
On the platform kakra kura so sofo. On the platform kakra kura so no ejimu aba. So sa pepe ane etie. We are programmed say baby amigina no ehwa na o se migina. It doesn't matter say baby ano baba ye. Ne also de bi ani ano baba ye wi no. Wo asem bia wo kan no. Me use tosum. Me so me dia me kan no pa fa kwa dwundwun mu se me dia ne so ntosum a. So what I say? Se nipa ne kasa na hwinsi a. Are we therefore saying say free metintin a Nyankopon frɛ ya hye ho asofo. A ye o hye asofo a ye kasa e wi ase adwensa kra maaye no. E ma medu ba bia. Ye be ye kwala to fam ne agai preaching nana. Are we saying that? Of course not. You understand? Of course not. We are not saying that. For that simple reason, say, Obia when you rule, Obia will pray o wiase. Ye ye play o wiase say and say, who so for aban, a breast no sen ka dana what to wesi, or so for be also in research and answer what that what to wesi one more. What they kasa ama the air course in Diano Babayan. Some pepe no be on the rule. On what choosing the rule, he has carried his own cross. Say me run ye. I'll go out there when I'm free. Na makwako video. Na me the opinion out to one. That's it. The end I said yes of opinion on the edge man. On fa. That is how baby are. Also LBC anopa. Also Radio 4 anopa. E crown mu anoma. Nick Ferrari mbetna they put a lot of insinuations. And then the me cost woman me on go onum. O ma wie. E you be said yes obetuma so ma free honum no atoa so. It's as simple as that. And tien sese enipa no be kasem no. Tinchine no and also my solution. It is not in his mouth. So my solution. He can pick and choose. What meaning? And you know venting younger, quite person or venting younger na. He can pick and choose. The penny beer. Now obeying so asos mu everywhere. It what pick and choose no. Na yes you buy about so my yedi and baba and yes baby one can you baby you can you near towards the front. Also for the can say any panel baby and I say a movie case and the attempting ye Nanso no yefwaso. Debbie, Meming can say the attempt. His choice. I would not choose that. The first I would not choose the attempt. I may decide to buy motorbike that because motorbike misro and then just a motorbike in yet. Obesu to be asking so the case on a motorbike so obeyka. It's as simple like that. What I say? It may make the attempt. What I say?
Lawyer
Me the attempt no did not attempt. Me the attempt. What I say? Because Abia na me ni ya antitimis akwana so. say me di nipa na tem in plain language hwe any kasa kra kan ebi kan kasa bebuom ebi kan kasa kwa ebi kan kasa tra ebi kan kasa pen it depends on how obi e choose no it me dey do ye ni nyina medical kasa me foaso me tinase dey ye ni nyina
me bacho I'm still on the floor
lawyer
I'm still on the floor I'm still on the floor
because atemdie consent because culture na ye free mu no ya mfasa antete enti se ukọ ba bi na se kọ bia ni je ekọkọ ba so na se ase ufu ntabane na sefo a then the player wodidi omutem nyina any of them ebetimi a wo no solid.
Also for culture is dynamic. Also for culture is dynamic. And culture changes as quickly as every other thing we are saying. I'm about 15 or 20 cultures now.
Become a woman. So we are culture. You can't say so culture in America. Say sooner when you know so or this kasa ama ya when your attention here the same sunu entum film so what Ghana entum pa yemu say what Ghana san ye man na wo gina America wa ye obetimi ye Ghana ho
Debi enso wantimi anya
because emra anya aduma
wantimi anya
emra anya aduma
because a police for babeche no because a police for babeche no wantimi anya because people sorry ababo
Ahmed Swale ye bi ye boliti okun no besi na ye huni po okun no
wantimi anya ye huntia now any people be ti so one ti sa wo Ghana what so no but ye huntia give them chance let na first me can say unim de huntia any pa na yes ani nyina na America anasa broche no mo ba asa no mutimi yes on betra Germany on betra America on betra UK asa no mutimi yes the people be wo Ghana one mo sa give them a chance come and live in a free society and they will say it.
It's like that everywhere. America, you need Snowden. While John Russia.
No, it's different. No, it's different. It's different. Snowden, meba. Snowden breached a law. Meba. Snowden breached a law. Snowden leaky cables is not supposed to leak.
A breach of law. Maybe a defamation of character.
What defaming my character? My character no defaming. No. There is no such thing like insult in any free speech, any free society. There's no such thing like that. If anybody feels any, there is can't also for my memory. So what's way? Na se me babeke be found. Na enya is very dominant. There are some things you have to prove. Apart from the SARS will be proof, class me make be a damn found. Court the club say e die na dia brewa ayesunsanso obo ne amam.
Yes.
Do you understand? Because emotionally you have been affected. You be assess how you have been affected. Wadwumam ye yiwadi. You be affected why wadwumam ye yiwadi. Etinye say bia o kan sem fa nipa ho ano. Now that is it. But this is a person cry. He gives scenario and upon the scenario he says,
yes.
So if you are doing A, B or C, where you me? Onto say bikura.
Me ba cho me na nam go flow.
Because I also watch him 2 minutes ana.
Me ba cho kasa we ya ba for me ba.
I find something wrong with it. But what I find wrong with it is from linguistic point of view. What I say, inciting a lot of arguments. Any anubaba ya said the entire yes you move obviously. You belong to one side, I belong to one side. That is the only reason why I would not want him to say it that way. Manen kasem krona. No kas wanye A, B, and C. Sebin prediata. Not just only yeno as openino ekemu kakra. If he had said that, you would have no problem.
And only a can
kasemua.
Your friends say
kamuno kamuno
do
you understand? Okwa kan kasemua adwen kamuno adwen asay. So, it's a pure linguistics point of view. Anything I mean, apart from that, nothing be okay. No problem with it.
Me pacho, Ozavo, me pacho ma ba for nkasa bi me pacho wine. Na no from you am samba we see you. Na apostle. Aye, ba for pacho finish it. Aye.
We are losing the subject matter. The question was, who is the problem? Who is the problem? Twene Jonas or Ghanaian leaders? nobody has been directly answered the question. Say, Obiang answer question directly. Say, is A or B?
I don't know make us say me who assembly be may address it because as I see
I'm just make the support to the now can.
Exactly.
But we real must have blast to class out also.
Yes.
That's your address here because this agitation air cost no for starting right from Ghana. Right from Ghana. And I on say adeɛ deɛ woyɛ na wonya nkrɔfo no mu show kutu pane na sefoa ɛnna ma wa hoɔdi bi ma yɛ deɛ bɛ wode yɛ no because Jonas nankasa Twene Jonas nankasa wɔ hɔ no sɛ yɛ tene no yɛ tena se abo sɛ adeɛ no ɔno wɔ ni tirimu po bi yɛ wɔ ni tirimu dada a wɔ
also me pacho ma me put a question be real quick me pacho
law you make us you are insinuating so we
me na more floor no Pastor Aban ma me minute na me fan wie
Baboko
also me pacho me we saw a question they say yes or no. Who is the problem of Ghana? Twene Jonas or the Ghanaian leaders?
Ghanaian leaders.
Thank you. And you know, Mami taking from that angle, now me fan finish him why. And you know, when me agree, say the Ghanaian leaders are the problem. Why are you trying to fight Obi Kitwa to say Twene Jonas? Say Natem Didier Kakra Odi. The problem is the Ghanaian leaders. Hey, no mami history be. In New York City history, no, your former New York City, no. Near friend Robert Moses in the 1880s. What I say? Robert Moses or Charles or New York or to New York or design New York near the Adeno. He want two problems. So we don't see baby a basic how we are near Mosika near Buagu. America ha all 50 states, you know. If you buy a house or you own the infrastructure on the land, you do not own the land. Why? Because the land belongs to the government. Why? Because you say environmental pollution will have. So who can pollute to us now? About affecting your baby. Here is the situation, sir. By the way, Galamsey issue is not an Ashanti issue or Ashanti Kingdom issue. It's a Ghanaian problem. The agenda no to resolve Galamsey problem, no, Ghanaian agenda.
Why?
The problem is the leadership of the of Ghana. The problem is not Twene Jonas. Twene Jonas no or ye men can say or ye trailblazer beer. What should be follow to open up this conversation? And Twene Jonas, we can fault him so did he attempt fine. Lawyer, but maybe some question. Maybe say who said and penning for any listeners. Maybe say who said is Twene Jonas strategy effective? Is attempted is it getting results? Is it getting any results? Yes or no?
Bible, yes. Before so the corner. Is he rather describing a situation and analyzing it, or is he really insulting? Oh yeah,
thank you. What's an lawyer Casano? I just wanted to support him. No lawyer Casano. You know, best what can you say? We a petitioner, and I say, yeah, we condemning the Ghanaian government, you know. So the burden of proof, no, is on you, the petitioner, not the defendant. Pastor Abba, what the court say? You have to be able to prove it. The question is, Twene Jonas, has he been able to prove what he is cursing out or what he is saying? Say, I see in Suase, what the pictures are bad. I be sure say in Suase. Has he been able to bring anything out to prove his point to say, in fact, and Panifoni didn't. The question is yes. And why are we beating about the bush? Why are we saying, hey, I attended the and I say. Sometimes you know. Who read Luke chapter 7 from verse 1 in Pokrana? Was it don't judge so that you will not be judged? Example. Luke chapter 7 verse 1 say bibisa say who read this and say will be or say no asaka say don't give your expensive jewels and pearls to dogs and pigs, for they will trample over it. What I say, and you know, we have justifiable condemnation and unjustifiable condemnation. So my question and my point is in support of lawyer and said, is what Twene Jonas doing justifiable, yes or no? They are all irrespective of attempted, is he justifiable? Does he has a valid point? Yes. And you know, if he is justifiable, because me agree with Pastor Jacob, Pastor Brobe say Ghana cannot be like Abroche. Because the education of the Rwanda Kumano, Ebiani ye babesua. Ebiani ye mpanimfo ni so babesua. They have to apply it. Uhwe people mu a, uhwe the constitution, everything looks good. But omo contract wa dey no mo ye no. No man say chamunsa adi. Politicians don't do nothing. Tibumie for jeni ku omo so. Twene Jonas attempt dey me say many nye ho but effective.
When did the Jehon men play? Also, maybe I catch when did the Jehon? Me pacho, me man di kasa kakra wa hase ye. Yas and towa or beso kasa kakra. Me man the be si ma be mienu miensa bi na yentie di obeka. Sanko lawyer dance sanko fa man di wa ha.
Oh, man di majo afishia panso.
I know who's there, Sanko for.
But what's not from Mandy?
I me pacho. Hey, lawyer pacho mute to honey money.
Are you?
You me pacho oba him akasa ni enkoy.
Prophet Makaba, say a result before. It's all about getting results, how to move Ghana forward. Because they're just 64 years. It's a result. In this fourth republic, we've not gotten the results that we're looking for. Now we have a gentleman, he doesn't even understand the system. He doesn't even know how America was built. Now, I said you more new and we'll see it and the whole form glass, whatever. But me give you a matter of American say the mindset of the Americans, the British, the Canadian is not the same mindset as the Ghanaian. And that is the mistake that we keep doing. You voted. Let me take Captain Smart. Captain Smart is called for I do not. So recently, almost suspending now, so one could be. Over time, it said 2016 go to my MPP or say, you name you say yes, we're not in from 2017, 7th of January to 2020. Now the promises are in. I was telling you,